Hey everybody, welcome back to TechOdyssey. So today I'm here to talk about the upcoming Samsung Galaxy Fold 3, Z Fold 3, and should you buy one? Like, should you consider it? Because you might have been paying attention, there was the Fold, there was the Z Fold 2, and now the 3 is coming out along with the Z Flip 3, and you're thinking, well, it's been out a little while, they're saying it might be a little cheaper, it's supposed to have the S Pen like my beloved Note that's not going to come out this year. Should I consider getting one? And that's what this video is for, to try and help people who are on the fence and also give you a little bit of information. Right now, they have actually a reservation to pre-order. It's not, you don't have to pay anything. I've got a link down in the drop down, and what it does is it allows you to sign up to reserve to pre-order it. That way, when it does launch and is available for purchase after the Unpacked event on August the 11th, you can go ahead and be one of the first ones to pre-order. But you also get something with that. They will give you up to an additional $100 on your trade-in. If you trade something in, you get 1 free year of Samsung's insurance, their Samsung Care program, which I personally pay for my phone. I think it's good. And you get an additional free gift thing, some special gift. I don't know what it is. That's going to be released later. But this question right here is, should you get one? And if you do, there's an option to reserve the pre-order if you want. So there's no financial commitment, but you just put your information in your email, you register, tell them what phone you might be trading in. And you can also trade in multiple devices towards the phone this time. This is the first time they're allowing that to happen. So this is a very comprehensive, all-in-one video. Hopefully this tells you the information you need and helps you if you're trying to make this decision. Before we get into that though, I do want to say if this is your first time stopping by the channel, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and a little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. Now let's talk about the upcoming Z Fold 3. So I have here in my hand the Z Fold 2. I got the first Fold, I got the second one, and now, yes, I'm going to get the third one, but largely because I'm a phone addict, we've covered this before, and also because I'm going to review it. So I'm going to check it out, I'm going to buy it, test it out, tell you whether I think it's any good or not, all that jazz. So if you're waiting for that, that's going to come along later once I get the phone. The Unpacked event, which is when Samsung has their big event, if you don't know what that is, and they're going to announce it, show it off, let the whole world see it, and tell you about the pricing, the specs, and all that stuff. There have been a lot of rumors flying around about the cameras, about the screen, about the S Pen, about the processor. There have been a lot of different things. That's not so much what I want to focus on here though, because from everything that we've seen and heard, it seems like it's not going to be a very big upgrade over the current Z Fold 2. The biggest thing that we're going to be getting is the additional stylus support, so you can use the S Pen with it. I think that's pretty groundbreaking and revolutionary. I like that because it will finally let me replace my tablet. Up until this point, the Z Fold and the Z Fold 2 have not been a tablet replacement because I use my tablet with the S Pen all the time. So imagine, if you will, let me get my S Pen from my S21 here. Imagine being able to use this, but also having an S Pen. I like that a lot. I make all of my thumbnails on my Tab S7 Plus. It would be so cool if I could just use my Z Fold 3 whenever it comes out and just use my stylus, my S Pen, and make my thumbnails. Do some other editing, do some uploading. It's a very powerful phone. It's got DeX, it's got wireless DeX, so you can connect it to something and basically use it like a computer. It's really kind of cool if you've never seen it. There are a lot of videos out there on it. Stylus support will be cool. You get the big screen, you get the small screen on the front. Largely, I think the screens are going to remain unchanged. If anything, they might make it a little bit smaller. They're supposed to make it about, I think, 0.1 millimeters thinner. So it's not really sending it off the fat camp. They're just going to shave a tiny little bit off of it. But overall, I think the construction will improve. I really like this whole reservation thing where you can reserve to pre-order. If you know you're going to get it, it's a great deal because you can get it through Samsung. You can get a year of their insurance for free. That's a big deal because when it comes to these phones, a lot of the hurdles and barriers are that people are worried about how well they're going to hold up. Well, if you get a free year of insurance and you get the 1-year manufacturer's warranty with it, it's pretty much risk-free for a year. And if you want, you can continue the insurance past that point. If you're not going to do the year-over-year upgrade, that's a great idea. I tell people, if you're going to get this phone, get the insurance. If you're going to pay $2,000 for a phone, pay the $10 a month or whatever it is so that you're fully covered. That way, if the screen messes up, if it goes kaput, if you drop it, if you break it, if you smash it, whatever, you're covered. And that's the biggest concern because it's such an expensive investment. The original two were $2,000. They're talking about shaving some of the price off. They're saying it might be about $200 cheaper. I'm going to prepare for $2,000, but if they give me more phone for less at about $17.99 instead of $19.99, I will be very, very happy because that saves me some money. It's going to have probably about the same size screen. They're saying it's probably going to have the same cameras. And the cameras are okay. They're not bad at all by any stretch of the imagination. You've got the 3 cameras set up here on the back. You got basically 3 12-megapixel cameras. You get a pretty decent selfie camera on the front, and then you get a selfie camera on the inside here as well. So you're fully covered. You get facial unlocking technology. You can unlock it with your fingerprint, all that good stuff. I don't know if they're going to put it under the screen this time. I hope they don't. I really like having the physical one over here on the side. Battery life is mostly decent. You get Samsung's One UI, so if you're used to using Samsung, it's going to look and feel exactly the same. Let me pull up my S21 here. Ta-da! It's basically the same thing. So if you pick up an S21 or an S20, you move over, you get a fold, you're going to have the same experience. You're going to be able to transfer your stuff over. I like it. I like One UI. I think it's a very good version, their own kind of take on Android 11. Of course, Android 12 I think is going to launch with the phone maybe. I'm not sure. It might be something that comes along afterward, but it's going to have at least Android 11 and One UI. The phone build quality I've been overall pretty happy with. If y'all saw my previous videos, I did have to send mine in and get it repaired. It lasted about 8 or 9 months, and then I got this red line that was just this red line of pixels across the screen. With this year, the Fold 2, you get the one-time screen replacement, but within the first year, and also you get the 1-year manufacturer's warranty. Since that was a defect and I didn't damage the screen, they fixed it for free, sent it right back. It was a couple of day turnaround. You get the Samsung Premier Concierge Service. You basically can call somebody 24 hours a day and be like, hey, my phone's broke, send me a label so I can send it in, or give me a ticket so I can go to a Samsung Experience store and they can fix it or give me a new one on the spot. It's actually really good. I've used it a couple of times. I have a lot of confidence in their system. That's something that alleviates some of that headache and concern when looking at the longevity of the phone. If it's going to be able to be repaired quick, fast, and get back to me, that's okay. There are some risks involved because you have a foldable screen. So they have what they call ultra thin glass, UTG, on here. And this is like the second iteration. It's basically super, super, super thin glass that's so thin it's pliable like plastic. It's not going to give you the same effect as a traditional glass screen. So if you dig in with your fingernail, if you jab at it a lot, I mean, you could damage the screen. That's very, very possible. You could get blemishes in it. You could put creases in it. I mean, you get this fold, you get this crease in the middle of the screen because the screen folds in half. It's basically a plastic OLED screen and it folds completely in half on itself. It's not like the Surface Duo or some other phones that are 2 screens that close with a hinge. That's one of the reasons why it's so expensive. So that's some of the considerations to look at. Price, performance, durability, is it much of an improvement? And if you just want to get a foldable phone, at this point I would say maybe if you don't care about the S Pen, if you don't have to have the latest and greatest, there's some really good deals on the Fold 2 right now. You still get the 1-year manufacturer warranty, get the insurance with it. It's an amazing phone. It dropped from basically $2,000 to $1,000 in less than a year. It's uncanny how quickly these things drop. Yeah, these prices drop so fast because Samsung gives you so many discounts, so many free things. And this time, being able to trade in more than one phone, and then if you do the pre-order thing, the reserve and the pre-order, you get a free year of insurance, you get up to an extra $100 on your trade-in, and then whatever the free gift is, which I believe is probably going to be the Galaxy Buds Pro 2. So, and the Galaxy Buds Pro are really good earbuds. So I think that if you're looking to get it, this is probably the best one to pick up from an entry perspective. Like, the phone's just coming out, go ahead and buy it. If you just want a folding phone, if you just want the experience, you're going to get 90% of the same experience, save a ton of money. You could get the Z Fold 2, and like I said, you still get the 1-year warranty, you can get the insurance with it, and you can still trade in a phone and save a lot of money on it. So there's a lot of good deals right now if you want to get an older one. A lot of the same concerns are still there. Get the insurance, right? That's how you save yourself any potential heartache if anything happens to your phone. So what's it like using one of these on a day-to-day basis? I've made a lot of videos about this phone. I do genuinely like it. I think it's a very good phone. It's great for multitasking. It's great for watching media. It's great for using social media, unless it's like Instagram, because here's the thing. Let me show you something here. this is what Instagram looks like. It doesn't take up the whole screen. It's really annoying. There are some apps you can get that will allow you to do some of that stuff, but it's still not 100% there, and that's because of the form factor on here. It's not quite a rectangle, but it's more like a square than a traditional phone because all the apps are built for these type of screen ratios. So basically they try to squeeze that and stretch it out a little bit on here. But it's great for gaming, it's great for video, it's great for entertainment, it's got decent battery, it's great for typing on. Surprisingly, it has good haptic feedback. You get the wow factor if you take it out in public and people are like, oh, you've got the cool phone, and you get to tell everyone, yeah, this is my cool folding phone. And then if you want, you can just use the front screen as you desire. It's been an improvement over the original Fold. I expect that the Fold 3 will at least be kind of in the same vein. Hopefully there will be some improvements there, but ultimately, this is not terrible to type on, and my thing is the reason that I get hung up on it, I'm constantly picking my phone up and putting it down. I'm not opening it and closing it over and over and over and over just so I can use the inside screen. When I do open it up and I've got some stationary time and I use the inside screen, I really enjoy it. 120 hertz refresh rate. It's beautiful Quad HD plus resolution. Great, wonderful speakers on it. It's really a marvelous piece of technology. It's just really expensive. So if you want something new, if you're tired of using phones that look like this, if you're tired of using iPhones, if you want something a little bit cooler, a little bit more modern, you want to be one of the cool kids with the folding phone, you can trade in, more than one phone if you've got an extra one laying around. They're getting slightly more affordable. That gap is being closed. I mean, it's going to be a while before these things are probably around the $1,000, $1,200 price point, at least for a phone this big, but it is getting a little bit cheaper. Over time, this technology, that's what we're paying for. We're paying a premium for this technology because these foldable displays and the hardware are not cheap. It's just the way it is. That's how technology works. The new stuff comes out, it's more expensive, and then over time it drops in price and becomes more affordable. So if you want to be on the cutting edge of technology, they've got all sorts of ways that you can get this phone if you don't want to just basically fork out $2,000 out of your pocketbook, your credit card. So they're more affordable, they're more durable, they're refining it. They're going to give us the S Pen with the new one. They're making, updates to the hardware in some areas. Largely experience, I think, is going to be mostly the same as the Z Fold 2. I'm still going to get one, but I wanted to make this video, one, to tell you how you can save some money, get free insurance for a year and all that cool stuff, and two, discuss kind of on the merits. Is it worth it? Is it going to bring any added value to your life? Because that's the important thing here. If you don't think you're going to like the phone, don't buy it. Like, you don't feel pressured into it. Don't feel like, oh, I need to go get this because it's out and available now, right? If you've got an iPhone 12, you got an iPhone 11, you got a Samsung Galaxy S20, S21, you may not need to go pick it up. It's not one of those things where it's like, hey, let me just go shell out all this money and go buy it. If it fits your financial situation, if you like cool technology, you want to try something a little bit different, I think they're safer than ever now. I think the process is in place if they need to be repaired, if anything happens to it. Definitely get the insurance. And yeah, if you just want to try something new, you want to have this great multitasking phone and you want to have this gigantic screen and kind of use it as also a phone but also a tablet, and then with the upcoming S Pen support it's going to have, I think it's going to be the best one ever. Now, could you still get most of that experience with a cheaper Fold 2? You could, and maybe that's something to consider. Those are going to be even more cheap once this Z Fold 3 comes out. So that's kind of some of the things I was thinking about. I wanted to talk about with you guys, and that way, in case you're on the fence, and see if it's something that you want to do. So that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions, comments, you want to talk about this further, please go to the comment section. We'll talk there. Again, I've got the link in the description that'll take you to that reservation for the pre-order if you want to go through Samsung that way. It's also going to be available at carrier stores, but if you go through a carrier, you're not going to get the extra deal on the trade-in and the insurance and all that stuff. The carriers have their own gimmicks and their own things that they do. Samsung is the one that's offering that stuff directly. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, like I said, we'll talk about it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.